do it again. Welcome everybody to Choo Choo 132 Guy Party Podcast. How's it going, everybody? I am Al, as always, joined by Mr. Matty Brook Daddy. How's it going? How's it going, dude?
It's going. How are you doing?
I don't know. I'm alright. Weird morning, but I'm alright now. It's freezing here. It's like it was negative 16 last night, and I just shovel sidewalks. It's negative 9, but it's kind of cold. So
Have you thought about getting like a snowblower?
it's so dry. There's like no moisture in there, so the snow is literally just powder. Like if I had a leaf blower, I would have just. It was only like 3 or 4 inches of snow.
It's funny you say that because I literally saw something on Reddit like 2 hours ago. Someone clearing their car off with a leaf blower.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea, especially if you have
if it's light enough and powdery enough. Yeah, it works.
That's what it'd be here, perfect. But that's actually not a bad idea. If you have like a cordless one, just instead of whatever. Anyway, guys, what's up? How's it going? Check us out on Instagram, guy_party_pod. Send us some feedback, whatever you guys want, guyparty91@gmail.com. And you can watch and listen to this podcast at guypartypod.com. With that out of the way, let's go ahead continue talking about comics, movies, video games, and anything else you want to talk about. What do you got? How was your week? What's been going on, dude?
It was a week. I mean, nothing too out of the ordinary, pretty much. I pretty much only really played 2 games this week.
Story of my life.
Yeah. Finished Neo 2. Beat it last night.
I think that was kind of there, in and out.
Kind of?
For a while. Yeah, I was like in and out and in and out. Yeah.
Overall wasn't bad. I still think I like the story of the first one better.
Okay.
They kind of connected the two at the very end, so I'm curious to see if they're like kind of setting it up for a third game. They kind of left it like open-ended of like, it's not over necessarily, but it's not like straight up setting it up for a third game.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see where it goes from here. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Holy fuck, go away.
Do it. It's
It's not gonna happen.
Okay, that's the worst feeling in the world. Sorry.
But I don't know. I think I beat it with like 302 deaths total.
I was at work one day. I was, just had you on the background, and then like I went home, and your death counter jumped like by like 30. I was like, huh, wonder how happened there.
Yeah.
Like, well, must have been a hard boss, or
yep. It's funny though, cause like I learned maybe I just missed the tutorial, but there was like one, like it was like it's called like burst counter or something. You can counter an attack. Either I missed the tutorial or they just never straight up told you like how to do it. Like it's in the skill tree and I took it at some point, just didn't even read it though. And once I started using that, made a lot of fights a lot easier, which was pretty nice.
Good, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm excited to play through it again and actually be able to use that stuff.
Just cruise through it this time.
Yeah, because it made a lot of bosses certain parts. Like I thought, because like you'll see this like red like flare around them, and I'm like, oh, like I got to make sure I dodge that because it does a mass amount of damage. And I found out when that happens, you can counter it with this R2 circle, and it will counter it and make it a lot easier. And I was like, oh, that would have been nice to know about 40 hours ago, but okay.
How long did it take you to beat it? 40 hours?
I have 47 hours on record, so probably about 45 to 46.
Nice.
Not counting idle time. But overall, I enjoyed it. I'm excited to go into it and 100% it. And really dive in head first. And then pretty much the only other game I played this week was a game called Devour. Huh?
Devour?
What? Yeah. You started talking. I got confused.
Sorry,
it's kind of like a smaller indie game.
Okay.
But it's a co-op horror survival game. And pretty much what you're doing is you're trying to essentially, I guess, perform an exorcism. And like there's like some lady that's possessed, and you like get to her house, and to do it you have to burn 10 sheep to complete it.
Okay.
Yeah, really weird. But you get into the house, and me explaining this probably isn't gonna do it justice, but it's really fun to play.
Okay,
you get to the house,
it's fun.
and or not sheep, goats. They're goats. I'm sorry, we kept calling them sheep.
I was gonna say sheep are probably pretty fucking flammable if you ask me.
Yeah, but they were goats. They were goats. They're pretty much the same thing. You know, they're like distinct cousins.
Wool versus.
They're distinct cousins.
Whatever
I looked it up the other day. Actually, they are actually distinct cousins.
Those guys just wear sweaters. We live.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need them.
Interesting. One wears sweaters. One wears sweatshirts. You know, same.
It's fine.
Same difference.
You know, sweatshirts. You know.
Yeah. But
cool.
Pretty much like you go into the house and the guy I was playing it with, Red Borderliner, he probably had like 10 hours in it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But him and his friends haven't beaten it. And like one night it was like $5 or something. I was like, fuck it, I'll buy it. Picked it up, hopped on it, and he's like, oh, you saw the side achievements, didn't you? And I was like, maybe. But we hop in it. I have no idea what's going on in my first game, but it's pretty much the premise was, okay, you gotta get the goats, you gotta use hay to attract the goats, pick up the goats, put them in this cauldron thing, and then pour oil on it and light it up and throw the goat in.
Jesus Christ.
And
it's crazy.
Yeah, and like there's setup time in the beginning where like the crazy lady will walk around the house.
Okay.
And I don't think she can hurt you then, but you also have demons that like spawn out of the ground and appear, and you have to use a UV flashlight to pretty much like kill them.
Huh.
So
interesting.
You kind of go around, set up, like, you know, figure out, unlock all the doors, because like there's doors that are locked and you gotta find the keys and stuff like that.
Did you stream it?
I didn't stream this. I kind of wish I did, because it was a fucking blast.
I'm kind of curious what this is all about. Okay.
I'll have to see maybe tonight if he's around. I'll try and stream and play it with someone. Right. But then once you start burning the goats, that's when she becomes hostile and starts attacking you. And if you hit her with the UV flashlight, you can slow her down and stun her and then run away. Okay. But it's like every 3 goats, she becomes more and more hostile towards you, and it's harder to like stun her with the UV flashlights. So we're going through it, and it got to a point where we're like halfway through the goats. We're like at 5 out of 10, and we're just like, we figured out essentially what we had to do was one of us would burn a goat, and it got to a point where we couldn't stop her, and we're like, fuck it, burn the goat. One of us would just run into the house, go directly to her, and get downed, because you could essentially be revived infinite amount of times, and then your partner has to go find a first aid kit, heal you.
Gotcha.
So it was just like halfway through, it was just like, okay, burn the goat. One of us is running in, just looking for the bitch, like, where the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Getting her, and then we got to like 9 out of 10, and we're like, my heart is pumping because it's my first game, and he put like 10 hours into it and didn't beat it yet. And then
burning goats.
He finds the final goat. We're next to each other. He finds the final goat. The lady grabs me and starts doing the kill animation, and he has to go. He's like, fuck it, I'm leaving you. I'm going to burn the goat. I'm sacrificing you to it. And I was like, I'm fine with that. I would do the same.
Go. So
he books it, burns the goat. And he's like getting excited. He's like, I fucking did it. And on my screen, I see her all of a sudden start like hovering.
Yeah.
Because normally she was just running around, but she's hovering, and she's like limped over, like you would expect like a person possessed by a demon to do. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, what, do I have to come heal you? What's going on? And like he's sitting where you have to burn the goats. All of a sudden she starts hovering towards him. He's freaking out. He doesn't know what needs to be done.
Run away.
And then she dies. But that unlocked nightmare mode then, where in nightmare mode you don't get a UV flashlight.
And it's 15 goats.
No, it's still 10. But there's an achievement for beating nightmare mode solo. And it's like, how the fuck do you do it solo if you can't stun her with a UV flashlight? So I looked into it, and apparently if you like sit still with your flashlight off, your normal flashlight off, she'll just like walk right by you and ignore you. And it was like, okay, that makes a lot more sense, because we went into nightmare mode and we're like, okay, we're gonna burn a goat, someone's gonna run in, sacrifice themselves to the demon lady, get revived, and just rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
I think we got to like 6 or 7 goats on nightmare mode and kept dying because a demon would grab one of us after one of us died.
Shit.
Which was kind of a bummer. But in a matter of like my first game, I think I got like 12 out of or 11 out of 28 achievements.
Not bad.
So it's probably gonna be a game I'm gonna just sit down and grind out to get the 100 because it's not too terrible. It looks like.
Yeah. Seems interesting in a way with goat burning, but whatever.
Yeah, it's
whatever floats your boat.
It's a game that I hope they kind of add different maps and change it up a little bit. I don't know. Actually, this just came out like 2 weeks ago.
Gotcha. Nice.
So hopefully they continue to add like new maps, stuff like that. Because for us, it was like we would go into the house and we kind of knew where like everything the key spawned randomly, but it was like
randomly in
you
like
kind of got in
spots though.
Probably, but like we haven't played enough to know exactly where.
Okay, gotcha.
But it was just one of those things where it's like, we know the layout of the house now.
Yep. Yeah.
So.
Go here, go there, go here, go there.
Yeah. But it was funny to play because we'd be playing trying to get a goat, and we'd have hay, and you would hear a goat, and it's dark because lights are off and you have to use a flashlight, and you would hear a goat and you'd just be like, where's that fucker? And you would just start scanning the ground, running in and out of rooms. It was literally like Scooby-Doo, I bet, if you were to have a third-person camera of just the both of us just running in and out of doors looking for a goat. Yeah.
Just through the hallway, out of the hallway. Go
yep. Because you're running around and you hear the goat and you're like, is it above me? Is it below me? Is it in the room next over?
So the goats are in the house?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're in the house the entire time?
Well, you burn the goats outside. So like there's a little yard that you can go into that the goats can also be in.
Interesting. Interesting.
But it literally felt like something out of Scooby-Doo when we were looking for the goats because we're like, we hear them, no idea where they are, and we would just be.
So do you running all about one spawn at one time?
Huh?
There's only one goat spawn at one time.
No, there's a total of 10 that spawn. They get released out of cages, but they move around. They walk around like an animal would.
So could you put them all in like a little outside area, all 10 at once, then just quick burn?
I mean, I think you could, but the issue is I think they only sit on the hay for so long before they leave.
Gotcha.
And then
never mind.
They just
are
animals and will walk away.
Yep.
So
I can relate.
Yeah, but it was very enjoyable. I kind of want to see if someone's gonna be around too. Oops, I put that up over me. If someone's gonna be around to play it tonight, so we'll see.
Do it.
Pretty much been my week. How about you?
A whole lot of the same. Borderlands 3 with his Moe's going through.
Nice.
Using her new skill tree. I'm gonna go play the game with everybody's new skill tree. The purple trees. So she has a little iron cub instead of like iron, going in the iron bear, the mech, and doing that. She has like a little like almost like a little pet that Flak has kind of, but you have to activate him. He doesn't follow you around. So I'm using him, and apparently you can do some crazy stuff with him once you max out your character's levels and stuff. So I'm excited to play through with that, but I'm just going through really quick and just trying to see if the glitched achievements that I had before with my Zane will actually work with this character, because if not, I'll just start another character. So I gotta play through a little bit further just so I can get into I have 42 of 43 areas discovered in Promethea, and that's one of the achievements, is to get all of them, and that's the one that was glitched for me. So once I go with like 3 and 6 and get like the Iridian like scanner, I can actually go to the Proving Grounds area and do it. But besides that, Borderlands, and I got Battlefield 1 again. So I was playing last night, bit drunk, admittedly, but I was playing it last night and just like, man, this is like really good. It's a fun fucking game. It looks really good on PC. And I was just like, I wonder if I can like jack the graphics up a little bit. So I went back and I was like, oh, dude, set everything to the max settings. I was like, wow, this is fucking beautiful. So
Nice.
I was playing that, and actually I did get into like a couple online games last night with some, I think, German folk. But there's not that many people playing online anymore, unfortunately. I was actually looking at the Steam servers, like like concurrent players and blah blah blah. And as of this past like 2 months, like player base is up like 1,000%, which it peaked at like 12,000 some, which I was like,
on the Steam servers or EA?
Yeah. Steam, just people playing through Steam, I guess.
Battlefield has only been on Steam for
months.
A few months.
Months though. Still though, it's only $10.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping I can get through like actual games I need to get through, like, because you need, as I was telling you earlier, like you need to go play operations through like In the Name of the Czar DLC maps. You have to get so many. I don't know. You have to you really have to play through and do the.
I wonder if
specifics.
I wonder if you could can you set up private matches in that? 'Cause I wonder if you'd be able to
just you and some
just
other
like
people.
you and one or two other people just hop in like a private game or something like that. Or is it like you have to kill a certain amount?
No. Some of them are just like complete an operations multiplayer play, like in multiplayer complete operations, which is like a long, like kind of hour and a half long game on like this DLC map or on this map or this one, and this is like
I feel like as long as you find a map that is available with that, you don't necessarily need to play with a full lobby, I feel like, to get the achievement to pop.
No, you don't. But I'm wondering if I think you need a certain amount of people to start the game. Like it's like, you need.
I see what you mean.
Waiting for at least 10 of 60 to play or something. You know what I mean? I don't think you just do 1v1 on a massive map like that. I'm trying to see
1v1 me.
1v1, yeah, 1v1. But dude, the game is beautiful. I was playing it last night. I played for 3 hours last night. Jesus Christ. Didn't expect to do that. I guess I did go to bed at like 1:30. But here, let me just go through this. I got 2 achievements unlocked last night. I did one campaign playthrough just to get used to the keys and everything. Because dude, I've put probably, I don't know, 500 to 700 hours or more on PlayStation for Battlefield 1. But like, I don't know. But like, there's stuff for like codex entries, which are campaign stuff. There's a lot of campaign stuff actually. There's more than I thought. But like the multiplayer stuff, it's like kill 4 enemies with the Trench Raider elite class. So like something drops on the map. It's like one of these elite classes.
Yeah.
Only one at one time every has a cooldown of however many minutes. So if you get that, then get 4 kills with it. Like get 25 kills with the tank, this specific tank. Perform 1 kill with each of the 5 primary weapons in each weapon assignment class. Play all In the Name of the Czar operations. So like you have to play the operations maps on all those new maps. That's like, it's stuff that's not hard, but it just takes a long time. Like complete the Gallipoli operation.
Yeah.
Like that takes it's like a 2-hour online thing. I'm like, I don't think many people are playing that anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see if you can do that, then we can at least me and you can get in there with some other folk. But I don't know. I thought the game would always have some kind of legs because like World War I, not many people did that good of a World War I experience. In my opinion, I don't know, but I think maybe with Battlefield 6 coming out later this year, I'm hoping player base jumps up a little bit.
It might, yeah.
But because Battlefield 5 is World War II, right? Yeah, I think so. So
I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't know. I could have bought 4 Battlefield 1 and 5 for like $30. I was like, I'm not gonna play those other ones. I'll just play 1 because that was like my game for a while. So anyway, going through that and just that's it, man. Playing those. Just literally played that last night and just played Borderlands every other day since because I just want to 100% that at this point. But we could talk some news though about Borderlands.
We could.
Which I'm kind of excited about, man. I watched the Borderlands show this week on Twitch. I think it was. So this is posted February 10th. So whenever the fuck that was that Wednesday?
Something
yeah,
like that.
Wednesday. Monday was yeah. So pretty much they announced pretty much what DLC or not whatever the director's cut DLC they unveiled that. So it pretty much adds a Varkid raid boss, new story missions, and more. Is what they say. So this the new director's cut launches March 18th. Holy shit! 1 month from now. Wow. And the Borderlands show, of course, Greg Miller. I don't know, Fran Miller, Bella. You guys, do you know like Kind of Funny Games?
Yeah.
Those are like 2 guys from on there. So they announced the thing. There's a door. Everyone's talking about the door. What's behind the door in Pandora? What is this door? So finally, they've announced that Hemovorous, 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 the Invincible, a gargantuan Varkid who drops some of the best loot in the game, provided you can actually kill her. Hemo, I'm gonna call her Hemo. It made her lair behind the previously sealed door on Pandora, and Director's Cut is your chance to go toe-to-pincer with the monstrous enemy. But it costs 500 Iridium to get past that door. Granted, I have like 4,000, but still, you're gonna have to farm a little bit to get that Iridium, So yeah, it says the raid boss provides one of the greatest end game challenges veteran Vault Hunters can find, especially since her fearsome strength scales with both your character level beyond 35 and your active mayhem level mode. But I bring some friends. Be ready to get caked in Varkid guts. It's gonna be messy. And then it goes on to this is directly from Borderlands.com. So it goes on to talk about some of the story missions, Ava's murder mysteries and behind the scenes content. Ava's not my favorite character of the game. But then it goes along to some vault card stuff, 3 new challenge-based progression tracks that will unlock a bevy of themed cosmetics, and then it shows some of the cosmetics. And then, of course, it goes on in that same talk. It talked about Tales from the Borderlands coming back to digital storefronts, I believe.
Yes. On February 17th, it will be back.
Yes, set between the events of Borderlands 2 and 3, Tales from the Borderlands follows 2 unreliable narrators on a quest, born of greed but destined for greatness. Okay, yeah, so that's interesting. I picked up a physical copy of that last year. I'm surprised I got a physical copy of that.
Yeah, I remember you saying when you got it that you were
Amazon
shocked that you found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for it to come because I've wanted to play that for a while, and it seems like it will be an easy 100%.
Oh yeah, yep, for sure.
I think you did it in 1 playthrough, right?
Did it, yeah, done.
Yeah, I know I did the Batman Telltales.
Yeah.
I did both of those in 1 sit-in. Or 100% in 1 playthrough, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the quote-unquote achievements or trophies are completed chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, completed all chapters of section 1. So it's like, it's pretty easy.
I still need to go back. I have the Walking Dead Telltale.
I heard those are one of the best besides Borderlands, actually. Of Telltale.
Yeah, I started playing through the first one again, but I think right as I started playing through it, it's right when like the DMCA thing started hitting Twitch hard, and apparently that has music in it that is DMCA heavy.
Gotcha. That sucks, man.
I might go in and see if there's a way to like turn off music only or something, because I have 10 out of 48 in that right now, and it would be real easy to just 100% that and plow through that real quick.
Yeah, I guess you can go turn the game volume, like the music SFX or whatever, just turn the music off, right?
Yeah, I'd have to look into that.
But also in Borderlands, since it's Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day, the Broken Hearts event returns. So it goes on until February 25th. And pretty much like when you're playing, some enemy has like a heart floating above them. It can it can be a loot heart, corrosive or whatever. It can do like it can make them work for you for a little while, like be friendly, or not, or just kill them. But it goes to the 25th, and once you shoot or break enough of those hearts, you get like some special cosmetics for your characters. So might be worth getting into. I think I've already done it with Zane, but. And they also give a shift code, so go ahead and check that. Get some stuff, dude. Get some stuff. So, I think that's all that's not all the Borderlands content we have.
I was gonna say there's one more thing if you just want to hit on it while we're talking about it.
So, everybody knows the Borderlands movie is coming out sometime in the not too distant future. But apparently, they just announced that Jack Black will be playing Claptrap. Jack Black will play the snarky robot Claptrap in the Borderlands movie. And I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it's gonna be tough to hear his voice over Claptrap's. I'm sure they'll do, some
kind of manipulation.
Yeah. But I've always enjoyed Jack Black in the way he says things and just like his tone when he talks in comedy. I feel like it's just it's a good fit for Claptrap because I feel like he'll be able to be or come across as funny sometimes even in a way when it's kind of a Claptrap being a sadder character at times of a sad funny. Main one coming to mind is Borderlands 2, where he has a birthday party and hands out invitations and no one comes, which is quite sad.
Yep.
But it's one of those things where it's like the voice doesn't necessarily say Claptrap to me, but I think I like Jack Black enough he's a good enough comedy actor that I think he'll be able to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, the Borderlands movie has a lot of big names in it.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't know if they're the most apt for like the roles, but we'll see.
This is what the third casted member, right? We've only had Roland and Lilith with Kevin Hart and
fourth,
Cate Blanchett, right?
Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis.
Oh, right.
So we have Cate Blanchett as Lilith, which I think she's pretty good. I think it'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
might fit.
From what I remember of stuff I've seen her in.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis.
I feel like I haven't seen enough of her work.
I thought Tannis was like younger person, but Jamie Lee Curtis is getting up there at this point, right? Not like old, but like older for that character. But whatever. Anyway, Kevin Hart as Roland, and then Jack Black now as Claptrap. So there's 4 people cast. I don't know, man. I'm like really skeptical of how it's gonna turn out. I'm gonna go in this as like you did with
Venom.
With Venom, like I'm prepared for this to suck a bunch of ass, but if I walk out of it being like I was entertained, I laughed a little bit.
It was half decent.
Cool.
Okay.
So we'll see. I don't know. Very. What how'd you put it? What was it?
Cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic. Yeah, I'm like, I mean, okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll eat popcorn. If anything, I eat popcorn.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
There you go.
If it's even in theaters. I mean,
I was gonna say who knows at this point. I mean, I think it's early enough in the works that it won't be in theaters for at least a year. If they're still casting people, there's still at least a year to 2 years of work to be done.
Oh, for sure. And I'm hoping at that point life is normal again.
Yeah.
So
fingers crossed.
Fingers fuck, I don't know.
Crossed. Speaking of movies,
go. Tell me. Talk about it.
Snyder Cut released its final trailer for Justice League. You are a little bit.
Have you seen?
I am not watching the trailer solely to go in more blind to it.
Gotcha.
I don't want to spoil anything really.
Smart man.
Like I watched, what was it, like the first trailer that they came out with, for the Snyder Cut a couple months ago. Wow, you were quite blurry.
I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it.
But I watched the first trailer they dropped, a couple months ago. With the, why can I never remember what song that is? The Hallelujah song. From Watchmen.
I don't know.
They had that song in the first trailer. I'm not watching the second one because I wouldn't go in.
Fuck, what is it?
Completely blind. Device properties.
Got it.
But I know there's been stills of Joker in it.
Oh, okay.
With Jared Leto coming back as Joker, and he looks a lot better than the Suicide Squad Joker. I will say that.
He looks like psychotic. He looks like he's in a fucking. Granted,
it is the Joker.
But he looks a lot darker than I would ever think the Joker would ever look. Like he looks like someone from Slipknot. He looks like a character, like one of those guys in the mask. He does. Like when he's sitting in the chair there with like his long hair.
I'm excited to see what role he has. I'm assuming it's just going to be kind of a end of movie post credit type
maybe
thing, because at the end of the theatrical cut, it was a post credits of setting up Legion of Doom, where it's Lex Luthor and Deathstroke meeting on a boat. I think Lex Luthor said something about they have a league of their own. Why shouldn't we, or something?
Yeah.
And that's kind of set up for Legion of Doom, which I think Joker has been a part of at some point. So I'm excited to see what his position is in the film. Like I said, I'm assuming it's a end of film, post credit, setting up for something else type thing.
We'll see.
But avoiding the trailer, I figured if I waited 3 years for this Snyder cut, that has been a roller coaster of a ride, I can wait another month for it to come out.
To be completely blind to it too.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's what I did with like Last of Us stuff when Last of Us 2 was coming out. I watched like the first trailer. I was like, that means nothing to me, but it looks amazing. And then I didn't watch or read anything else. So
like I would hope that with the kind of negative backlash it got with Batman vs Superman about having some spoilers, they kind of took a page out of the Russo's book, where they just show a bunch of meaningless shots,
it's stuff that doesn't,
or just stuff that isn't even in the movie, and it's just like cool shots and stuff like that,
just to see like the characters' costumes and stuff. Like,
but
that's fine.
I've also seen the theatrical cut, so I already know what the costumes look like. The only thing that I haven't seen, but I've seen enough stills and fan made stuff that I know what it's going to look like, is the black suit Superman. But I've seen enough fan edits and stills as like I pretty much know what it's going to look like regardless. But I have seen a still of Darkseid, and I think his name is The Seed, who's like an underling of Darkseid, and it's like, okay, he's in the film. I'm excited for that, because he's like the big bad, like Thanos of DC, which I think
the guy.
I think, if I remember correctly, I think Darkseid came first.
I have no idea. That is your wheelhouse, my friend.
I think I looked it up way back when.
I have no idea.
February 71 was Darkseid.
No idea. No idea.
I don't know. I can't find Thanos right now.
Excuse me.
But regardless, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, dude, it's been
1 month
in
away.
The works for way too long. It's been like, it wasn't even a thing for a while, right? And people were just like, release a Snyder cut, release a Snyder cut, release a Snyder cut.
Yeah, it was like, something where
all right,
people were asking for it, and it started off with Warner Brothers being like, it doesn't exist, yada yada yada, and then enough, like even like some of the cast and like other people started drumming for it, and then WB was like, all right, yeah, the negatives and stuff are still there. It was like, oh, so you were lying about not existing.
Yep. And
it just kind of compounded to a point where it's like,
fine, it's fucking here, it's ready. Like,
here we are.
Yeah.
Darkseid was February 71. Thanos was February 73. So Darkseid was 2 years before Thanos.
Nice.
First appearance.
Marvel, ripping them off, dude. Sons of bitches.
Yeah, right?
Fucking
jerks.
Bitches. Yeah.
But I'm super excited for it. Hopefully, kind of like what we were just saying with Borderlands. I'm going in cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's one of those things where it's also, I just want to see what the differences are, and obviously there's going to be hour and a half more of content.
Hella differences, would you even say?
So, I don't know. It's tough to say, because he said, Zack Snyder said he's not using any of Joss Whedon's stuff.
Oh, dude, speaking of which, didn't that guy just get fucking...
Yeah, there's been a whole lot of controversy that... Anyway, we talked about this on the radio the other day.
That name I just saw it in the news. I was like, not good, but
so...
Not good.
Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg, kind of came out and said, he was kind of toxic to work with. I think even Jeff Johns was thrown into it too. And like at first it was kind of speculation that was like, oh, Ray Fisher being new to like the scene, you know, maybe he just has thin skin or something like that. But then it was like other people were kind of coming to Ray Fisher's side, being like, no, it was not good. Like, even I think Momoa was the first one to really kind of stand by him and be like, you know, I stand with Ray Fisher or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, if Momoa is coming out being like, yeah, I'm with Ray on this one, like, that's saying something. But then I think even just within the past week or two, some actress came out. I don't remember who it was.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah,
actress. I don't know.
But she came out saying how Joss Whedon was hard to work with and kind of toxic and stuff.
Also quoted, he wasn't allowed alone in the room with her as well. I was just like, well, that's not good, bud. Hang it up.
Yeah.
Hang it up.
So
done. Hang it up.
And it's anyway, unfortunate because you hear about, you know, actors and actresses speaking out against this stuff, and then they kind of get blacklisted in Hollywood, and like they become uncastable, or people don't want to cast them in movies because they speak out the truth, and it's like that's kind of fuck up, because that's apparently kind of what happened to Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser came out about some stuff, and then he got essentially blacklisted and got screwed over.
I liked him, dude. He was a really good actor. He was really fucking good actor.
He got kind of screwed over apparently because he came out about like some harassment and stuff like that, and he essentially no one casted him anymore.
Which goes to tell you how fucked up things are in the background.
Yeah.
Like, well, we don't know because we're doing stuff wrong. I don't want you to say stuff bad about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuckers.
But
anyway.
Brendan Fraser luckily kind of had to come back because he does the voice in Doom Patrol for one of the characters, which is like a DC.
Oh, didn't know that.
Superhero team. It's a smaller one, not a super well known one.
Dude, I really liked him. His smaller role on Scrubs too. I really liked him in Scrubs.
I never really watched Scrubs though.
He was like, I think he was JD's friend or something. But
okay.
Yeah, dude, he's good in everything. I've seen him. He's funny. He's really funny. But I don't know. That sucks.
And he was not
being a good guy and getting fucked for it. It's like, God damn it.
All because you speak out against something. Because a lot of people were speculating when it said that Cyborg wasn't going to be in the Flash movie. It was like, oh, is this because of, you know, what Ray Fisher said about Joss Whedon? And I think even Ray Fisher was like, no, they straight up just, the way the story's going in the Flash, it doesn't make sense for Cyborg to be in it.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
But of course, there's in the back of everyone's head, even though Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg, said it, everyone's like, sure, wink, wink.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks though,
but hopefully, I would like to see him come back as Cyborg because I definitely thought he did a good job as him. So
we shall see, man. We shall see. We shall see. And you know, speaking of we shall see, another movie has now cast more of its. Well, it's going to be a show. Yeah, you're right. Another show about a video game casts its as lead characters, which I don't know. Again, I don't know. So the Last of Us HBO series has now cast Pedro Pascal. I'm saying that right?
Yes.
As Joel, and Game of Thrones' breakout Bella Ramsey as Ellie. I think Pedro Pascal will be pretty good if he grew like a full like kind of beardish thing instead of just the mustache. I think he'd be a good character. You know,
I mean, I'm looking at his Wikipedia picture. He really just needs the beard. Like his hair looks fine.
He almost has like the same like kind of forehead features, like a little bit. Like, is that weird? Just like a little bit of a line or two up there. Joel's kind of older in the show.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He seems like he could play a gritty character like Joel.
Yeah, I feel like he would be good. I mean, obviously he was in the new Wonder Woman.
Did see it.
He was in the Wonder Woman 1984. It wasn't. I thought he did a good job in terms of acting.
Mm-hmm.
The writing in my book was a little subpar.
He's in the Mandalorian too, though, right?
Acting, he was good. Yeah, I think he's the main character in
Mandalorian.
Yeah. Whatever his name is. Din
No idea.
Djarin or something.
No
I haven't
idea.
seen any of the Mandalorian yet, and obviously majority of that, I think he pretty much has his helmet on, so it's tough to see facial stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
But I would assume he talks a decent amount.
Yeah. Probably.
But he was also in Game of Thrones also for
Yep.
one season, I think.
Yeah.
As Oberyn Martell, which has a pretty climactic ending to his character.
Let me guess. He dies.
He does die, but the way he dies is... He did a really good job of playing the character, and the way he dies is...
Epic.
kind of a... If you didn't read the books and it happens in the show, when it happens in the show, you're like, oh, fuck. Like,
It's that coming.
It's brutal. I'll leave it at that.
Cool.
But
and then Bella Ramsey was I guess she's the best known for her role as Lyanna, is that right?
yeah, Mormont
Lyanna
in
Mormont?
Game of Thrones. She's essentially like a little young girl that gets put in charge of like an area because everyone else in her family pretty much dies, I think.
Classic.
And I think she gets put in charge at like the age of like 10 or something in the
Jesus Christ.
show. And in
She's
Game of
ruthless.
Thrones, she's
she
not
wants
in a whole lot of big scenes, but like the scenes she has been in,
Yeah.
she does a really good job of playing like, like a
She has to play.
badass bitch essentially.
Okay. Because Ellie's gonna be a hard character to play. I mean, Ellie's, she's I guess they're gonna make the show in the setting of the first game.
Okay.
With Ellie being a 14-year-old girl who is pretty much an orphan, and all she knows is like the fucked up kind of messed up planet that they live on at this point. So she's a pretty gritty character at times.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I'm more optimistic about this than I am about Borderlands.
Yeah.
So that's saying anything to anybody. I don't know.
So pretty much after her debut in Game of Thrones, fans and critics noted Ramsey as a standout actress for portraying her character's no-nonsense leadership style. The reaction was repeated after her appearance in the season finale. Hollywood Reporter calling her season 6's breakout star.
There you go.
So
you
like
go.
I said, like she
How
did a
old is
great
she?
job for the little. She is 17 right now.
Oh,
she'll
okay.
be
So
18
it's
in
almost
September.
perfect then. It's almost
Yeah.
perfect for
Yeah.
Ellie at that point. I mean, and
So-
shit, if they keep it going with Ellie up until her in The Last of Us 2, I think she's 19. And
I was gonna say,
mean,
isn't
that'd
she
be
pretty
perfect.
young in the
It'd
games?
be perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's 5-year difference. 5 years later. I think it was 5 years later. So yeah, I think she'd be 19 at that point. So
Which she'll probably be. She's gonna
Yeah.
be at least 18 by the time they start actually
Yeah,
filming
so,
stuff. I'm sure.
yeah, it'd be perfect. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. We shall see how it goes. I don't know. I'm more optimistic about this than I am about Borderlands. That's all I'll say again. So
Yeah.
I don't know. The only thing that's like keeping me going with Borderlands is like it's directed by the same guy or person whomever did Chernobyl and stuff,
Yeah.
like so I'm like, okay, like that's a little bit of saving grace there. And also we don't know what Borderlands is gonna be. Like as you said, it could
Yeah,
be like
for all we
kind
know.
of like
It could be
just
semi
voice acting.
CGI'd and just
Yeah,
voice
like-
acting that we hear.
yeah. So we don't know.
I mean,
Which-
Jack Black is
I
gonna
mean,
be. I mean,
I was
actually, it would be kind of funny to see Jack Black
and like
not CGI'd as Claptrap and just rolling around on like a tricycle or something. I actually, know what? The more I think about it, I don't want it to be CGI'd now.
he just has a cardboard box cut out like
Yeah.
a little thing.
Dude,
Oh,
speaking
it'd
of
be
Jack
funny.
Black, have you seen like his like Instagram stuff or I don't know where he posted it, if it was like TikTok or something.
Like his like breakdancing videos and like weird
Well,
stupid shit in his backyard.
It's so he just seems like a genuinely funny guy to be around,
Yeah.
and he did this like clip. I think I saw it on Instagram, just scrolling through like the search function. I'll have to see if I can find it for you.
Yeah.
But it was like him getting a call and he's like, "Wait, what is this? Chris Hemsworth can't come back as Thor, and you need me right now?" And he's like just chilling in a pool. And like just throws his phone and just runs, and then like it shows him trying to be Thor like on the street of LA or something. It was really fucking funny. I'll have to see if I can find it. And it's just like
I'm sure you just.
I
search it.
wish I could see Jack Black in more things.
I mean,
just
he's been
because
he's been in a lot recently, right? Though.
Has he been in a lot recently?
Jumanji's, right? Both Jumanji movies.
Was he in the Jumanjis?
Yeah,
I haven't seen those.
Jumanjis.
I haven't seen those, to be honest.
I haven't seen them. I heard they're actually pretty good.
Apollo 10.5. I don't know what that is, but he's gonna be in Apollo 10.5. He was in Jumanji. He's in Goosebumps. I guess he has been in a decent amount of stuff.
Yeah, so he's also been in with Cate Blanchett, I believe, just recently. The House with Clocks in Its Walls, 2018. That's produced by the same guy, Eli Roth, I believe. Okay. So it's directed by Eli Roth, starring Jack Black and Cate Blanchett. So they'll all, and of course all the people, but they'll all be back and shit together. But yeah, he's in The Unexpected Race, The House with Clocks in Its Walls, Goosebumps, Jumanji: The Next Level, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. He's been in a lot of stuff lately, like recently. So
okay,
I don't know. He's stuff that I necessarily, he's in Kung Fu Panda. I think he voices some stuff there. The Polka King, haven't seen that, but he's been in a lot of shit that I know he's been busy. So
yeah, anyway. I know he has a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah,
and I actually haven't looked at it. Gaming? I think I saw. Is that what it is?
Jablinski Gaming or something? Or
Jablinski Games.
Jablinski Games or something like that. But he doesn't play any games at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm looking at it. I don't see. I see like one video of Doom Eternal with my boys Part 1, but like a lot of it just looks like it's just him fucking around, which is stuff I would want to see.
I mean,
it looks like it's a lot of.
His videos have like 14 million views, so yeah, it's just him fucking.
There's an 18-minute video. I'm a new man at Red Dead 2 gameplay, and it's just him like shaving his head or something. It looks like I don't even know.
No idea, but yeah, it's Jablinski Games on YouTube. But yeah, I've watched some of his stuff. Like, it's if you have an extra minute on your hands and you want to just get a little chuckle, just watch his stuff. It's pretty funny. Anyway.
But
you have some additional things.
I have one more thing.
Shoot.
We talked about a couple weeks ago with Biomutant getting a release date. And I think it's coming out in May 25th it comes out. But they announced today the PC specs for that, which I'm actually pretty shocked with. The minimum is for CPU, AMD FX 8350 or Intel Core i5.
Okay.
GPU is GeForce 960 or Radeon R9 380, and 8 gigs of RAM, 25 gigs of available space for storage. And the recommended specs is only... Well, that's minimum.
Okay.
Yeah. Recommended requirements is AMD Ryzen 5 1600 or Intel i7, which we have, the 25 or 2700X or something?
2700X. Yeah.
So we're above that.
Yeah.
And then
you have the Ryzen, you have a 7, right?
I think I have a 5.
Ryzen
I don't
5?
remember. I'd have to look. I think we got the same one.
So it's a Ryzen 7 then, 2700X.
Oh, is it?
So
maybe? I don't know. I'd have to check. I thought we had the same one, but I don't know. I thought I had a 5.
We're good.
And then GPU is pretty much a 1660 Ti.
Fine.
Or Radeon RX 590 and 16 gigs of RAM.
Fine. Fine.
Which I have a 1060 or 1070. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But it won't be hard to play with specs to make it runnable. Because, I mean, I was able to pull it with Cyberpunk for the most part.
Okay.
What
graphics card do you have? What GPU do you have?
I don't remember. I want to say it's a 1060 or 1070, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay. I think it's like a 2070.
Yeah, you're way good for this thing.
I don't know.
But I'm excited that it seems like the recommended specs aren't.
So you should be able to play it pretty damn well then.
For how pretty the screenshots look too.
Yeah.
Cool. It looked, for that just being the specs, it's like, okay, I can do that.
Nice.
But I guess I just looked it up. The recommended specs for Cyberpunk. The recommended specs were for the processor i7 for Intel or the Ryzen 3 3200G for processors, and graphics card was a 1060 or the RX 590.
Okay.
So pretty much the same as GPUs.
GPUs be the same.
Yeah. But it looked like the processor
is higher, right?
Maybe not. I don't know, because it says Intel i7 dash and then 4790. I don't necessarily know what those numbers mean after that for Cyberpunk.
Mm-mm.
And then AMD Ryzen 3 3200G.
Okay.
But then the processor
I don't know the equivalent.
Yeah, I don't understand processors because it looks like the Intel it can be lower for Cyberpunk, but the AMD it should be higher. I don't know.
No idea.
Numbers confuse me. I'm not that smart.
I just don't even know what the equivalents are, of one thing to another,
Same.
AMD versus Intel versus this and that. I don't know. Just a bunch of numbers afterwards. I have to look things up online, look at benchmarks, okay, what's this one compared to this one? Like, well, these are relatively the same, or this one blows the other one out of the goddamn water. And it's just like, oh, well, their numbers are similar. I thought they'd be the same. So, I don't know. So seemingly you'll be able to run it just fine, right?
Yes.
So, nice, real nice. So,
but that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, dude. I that's pretty much what I got too. Nice. That's hilarious. So he just sent me a picture of Jack Black being Thor.
Yeah. in that link, there's a video of it too.
He's not afraid to bear it all, is he?
No, he's not, because he's just in a Speedo pretty much in that. And
yeah,
more power to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's holding Mjolnir, so of course he's got more power. But I'll have to watch that.
I see what you did there.
Anyway, that's going to do it, guys. I think the train's leaving the station, so that's going to wrap it up for Choo Choo 132. Guy Party Podcast. We'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.